Hey there, and welcome to I Reckon I'll Read It, the podcast where two Okie gals talk books, share recs, and don't hold back on their mighty big opinions. I'm Beccah.
And I'm Summer. We're so glad you're here. Go ahead and grab some sweet tea, get cozy, and get ready for some good old-fashioned book talk.
We've got a whole heap of books to talk about, and we reckon you're going to want to stick around. Summer, this is episode 5.
Hi, Beccah.
I'm so excited. Okay, so what fun bookish things have we done since the last recording?
Honestly, I feel like we've done a lot of bookish things lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been to a couple author talks, been doing different things at different bookstores.
Yep.
I recently went to a book talk at Best of Books where Allie Carter was speaking in conversation with Allison Ashley, and a local author here, which Allie Carter also shout out from Tulsa. So that
Is she from Tulsa?
She's from Tulsa.
I don't think I realized that. That's exciting.
So that was a really, really fun talk to listen to. Lots of good one-liners of just like laughing.
I'm so bummed. I didn't go to that one with Summer because I was at another bookstore doing like a editing type event with a local nonprofit called Crime and Compassion. So it's women who are incarcerated. Basically, we were editing some works that these women who have been incarcerated, and they are taking some writing classes right now. And it was so cool. And we got to read their stories. And it's like all different genres. And we just got to like give feedback and edit, and then they're going to take the works back to these women and they'll learn like the drafting process and all that kind of stuff. So it was really, really cool.
And they'll finish this class with a published work, right?
Yeah, they're going to like do a collection of all the short stories that they'll end up.
That sounds really cool. I hope to make to one of those.
Yeah. If you're local, Second Story Books in Oklahoma City is doing it like, I think like every Wednesday night. Because there's quite a few stories we're going to have to get through and everything. And you could kind of just come to the ones you can. Like, you obviously have to, like, sign up for it, though, because it's, like, a waiver type thing. Yeah, but it's really cool. So if you would love to be a part of something like that, send me a DM and I'll get you connected.
Yeah. Lots of bookish goodness lately.
All right, Summer. I got a spur of the moment question for you.
I'm nervous.
You should be. Okay. What is a genre that you love so much that you'll read even subpar books so long as they're in that genre?
Oh, honestly, multiple genres. But I feel like the easy answer is probably romance. I'll always read a romance. And I feel like there's probably a lot of maybe not great written romance out there.
There's probably not. I think we can probably confidently say, like, yeah, that wasn't the best.
Yeah, but I love the genre. And the hallmark of the genre, that there's always like a happily ever after.
Okay, I was about to say, I was actually going to say probably fantasy. Like, I'll even read crap fantasy if it's like, I still have fun with it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's tons of holes. That's okay. But I will say like the hallmarky romances. Like I don't care. Like they just make me like, I feel like because I do love like a lot of heavy themes and like topics, like sometimes it is like it can be the most predictable romance in the entire world. And I'm like, yeah, I'll read it. It's great. I love it. And I'll eat it up.
Okay, so Katherine Center, the author,
yes,
she has written like author's notes in the back of several of her novels. The very first one I can think of is from in the back of the book about the artist that has face blindness.
Oh, yeah. You really like that one.
Yes, I love
I've
that
not read
book.
that one yet.
Which I'll have to go back and link in our show notes what the title is because I can't think of it right now.
Yeah. Finish your thought. I'll look at it while you're thinking.
Okay. But she has an author's note that's basically like a treatise on why romance is such a great genre, even though people kind of dog on it for like always having a happily ever after. And I read that author's note for the first time and I was like, yeah, I was so motivated. And she very eloquently explained why like people enjoy romance.
Is it Hello Stranger?
Hello Stranger. There. Yes. Love that book. But a lot of it goes down to like, yes, there's always going to be a happily ever after at the end, but every relationship is different, and seeing the way that different people handle that like conflict and come to that like satisfying end at the end is always interesting to me.
I agree. Like, well, and it's also one of those things like, you know, I'll go off on a big old rant, and we can do this at some point as like a spotlight segment about like fantasy as escapism and all these things, and like people who don't like escape it or like don't like fantasy. I'm like, but there's like such a purpose for it. Like, honestly, you get that with romance too. And I know that like some people just like it's not their favorite kind of story, and that's fine. But like people who like make fun of like the Hallmarky or the romance, and I'm like, but for some people, it just like it is the predictability of it that I need sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And you can make an argument for any genre.
that's right.
The hallmarks of that genre, like a mystery always has to have red herrings and it always has to have a reveal at the end. But people don't make fun of mystery for having a reveal at the end every
like
time.
The like structural pieces of that like form, if that makes sense. So it's like
that, and you know, I can go on a soapbox about the fact that just culture hates on things that women like. So
preach. It's like, oh, women are finally reading fantasy. Oh, but it's romantasy. So like, I'm like, okay.
Yes.
First of all.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do your men have wings? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, that again is a really great topic. Like people talk about like, oh, well, romantasy is lesser than, and it's only for women because it has maybe like sexual content. And well, Game of Thrones had sexual content in it. But the gaze of that sexual content was often violence against women, whereas maybe the gaze with a romantasy novel is more of like women focused or women centered or female gaze.
Yeah. And that's what they're uncomfortable with, I think. Okay, well, we just became a feminist podcast.
I want to like snap my fingers.
All right, we'll digress now.
That was a good question.
Okay, good. All right, so we are going to move to our favorite time of the show, which is the reading roundup. Why do I keep saying things weird today? Like
I feel like every episode you're like our favorite,
and
I love it.
But it is.
It is.
I don't know. I kind of like every segment of the episode, but okay. The reading roundup. This is where we talk about what we just finished, what we're currently reading, and what comes up next on our TBR. All right. So, Summer, what did you just finish reading?
Oh, Beccah, I am so excited to tell you about this book because it was...
I also want you guys to know that we literally don't talk to each other about books because we're saving it for this. And so when we say we're so excited, we're not kidding.
Been waiting for so long to talk about this book with you. Yeah, we save the good stuff for the podcast.
Sorry, I cut you off right there. I felt like the people needed to know that was real excitement when you said that.
Okay, so this was maybe my most anticipated book this year.
Really?
Yeah, if not top 3.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I do kind of see it over there, but I should have known that anyways.
So the book that I just finished is Sisters in the Wind by Angeline Boulley.
It's such a beautiful cover, by the way, guys.
Her covers are so good. So I did mention one of our earlier episodes when Beccah asked favorite literary characters. The first person I could think of was Donis Fontaine from Firekeeper's Daughter by the same author, Angeline Boulley. Well, this is now the 3rd novel of hers, and they're all in the same kind of universe.
I was like, are they a series?
Yes, but no.
Okay. That makes sense.
And
to
that
me.
there are
100%. Yeah, I get it.
You get me. There's repeat characters. And I will say this one, book 3, is much more connected than I would say book 2 was. And the timeline is kind of funky too. So there's Firekeeper's Daughter that was released first. And then Warrior Girl Unearthed, which was like later in time. This new book, Sisters in the Wind, I did not know it before I picked it up. It takes place in time between those two.
Oh.
So it like kind of goes back,
Yeah,
which
fun, though.
is fun because it answers a lot of the things that I had questions about in book 2, because Donis has appeared in each of these books. She's not the main character.
Okay.
But when book 2 released, I was like, wait a second, but Donis, I had several questions about her. And this book has so much Donis in it. It made me so happy. So
you have made me want to read these, by the way, but go ahead. Well, do you want to read the blurb since it's a 3rd?
I do, because it's different.
Okay, so it's okay.
All right. Yeah, it should not spoil. So this is the setup, the blurb for Sisters in the Wind. Ever since Lucy Smith's father died 5 years ago, home has been more of an idea than a place. She knows being on the run is better than anything waiting for her as a ward of the state. But when the sharp-eyed and kind Mr. Jameson, a man with an interest in her case, comes looking for her, Lucy wonders if hiding from her past will ever truly keep her safe. 5 years in the foster system have taught her to be cautious and smart, but she wants to believe Mr. Jameson and his friend, not friend, a tall and fierce-looking woman, when they say they want to be a part of her life. They also tell Lucy the truth her father hid from her. She is Ojibwe. She has had a sister, and she has more siblings, a grandmother who'd look after her, and a home where she would be loved. But Lucy is being followed. As her secrets threaten to swallow her whole, Lucy must decide what she's willing to give to protect the only love she has left.
I want you guys to know what it said. She's being followed. Summer cut that. Is that me?
I wanted to go dun dun dun.
She was definitely waiting for me to be like,
yes.
I was inside. I really was.
So I have already, like, in speaking about this book, given more away than this, setup gives. But I will say, when I first read this setup, I was like kind of sketched out. I was like, this is a girl in the foster system who has this like mysterious man, older man, show up and like promising her things.
Like, listen, I had already said like, oh, you're making me kind of want to read it. And then you read that and I was like, I kind of don't want to read it anymore.
Yeah, I was very much on edge. Like, oh no, I hope this is not going to go the way I think it is. Yeah. And it doesn't quite go where I thought it did. So that made me happy.
Okay.
But it is still a bit of a hard read because of a lot of the themes that are discussed. Like, obviously, this talks about Lucy's experience in the foster care system. So, there's going to be some tough stuff that she experienced.
Yeah, it's just like tough topics.
Yes. And it also is very focused on like Indigenous heritage. And one of the things I love best about Angeline Boulley's books is that there's a lot of education about actual like laws that are in place. And so this book focuses a lot on the Indian Child Welfare Act and how in foster care and like depending on when the legislation went into place and is it being followed and
interesting.
And so Lucy's experience in foster care and like lawyers advocating for or against. So it is such a good book. Some hard themes, but
what genre do you consider it?
So they're always kind of a mix because they are YA books, but almost like older YA leaning towards new adult. I wouldn't say there's like sexually explicit content or anything that would make it fully new adult, but because it does deal with some heavier themes, you would maybe want to be aware of triggers and stuff before you fully hand it to a teenager, or know the teenager before you recommend. But there's definitely mystery. This one definitely has a lot of suspense in it because she's being followed by someone. And you're like, who's following her? And honestly, the way that this book is structured is very interesting because it starts off with Lucy's perspective. And then a chapter or two in, there's an explosion. And it's just like, what? And you're like, wait a second, there's an explosion. And then it like cuts to her in a hospital. And then it starts to flash back to like her years through foster care. So it'll be like a current day chapter, flashback to when she was 12. Current day chapter, flashback to when she was 13. And so it kind of like progresses in time until it meets up with her current day story. So you're learning more and more about why someone is following her, who they are, her experiences in foster care, how that is informing the choices she's making right now. Because you're trying to figure out what her secret is and why she's making some of these decisions. And it is just masterful. It is educational. It is so like empathetic. And I cried at the end, like in a good way, but maybe not.
No shocker there. Just kidding.
Which it's funny. I don't often cry in books.
But you've mentioned crying a lot on this podcast.
Because when I cry in a book, that means it like really touched me.
Yeah.
And that is a book that I want to like shout out to the whole world so that other people read. And I want everybody to read these books. They might be like on the edge for you of like a little scary, but I really want you to read them.
I'm trying to think. Should I say it? I reckon I'm going to give it a shot.
I was so nervous. Okay.
Because I have been really intrigued because I know how much you love these books. Like she does, like not in like she talks about them all the time. Like these books have meant a lot to you.
Yes.
And so like I want to read them because of that. At least want to give them a shot. And also because those covers deserve to be read.
They're so good.
They're so beautiful.
And I just,
But I am I don't know if I'm scared. I think I'm a little bit more intimidated by them. I don't know why. There's just kind of something about them that intimidate me a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think trying them is a good goal. And if it is too much, then you can stop.
Yeah.
And I won't be mad at you. Maybe.
We'll see.
But I do think if you gave me a book that you're like, this is my favorite book ever, I would read it.
I know. But you're not as scared of like
That's
hard
true.
things as I am.
That's true. That's true.
You read all genres a little bit better than I do. I read a lot of genres, but not a lot of heavy genres
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Unless they're like the heavy I like. And then,
Yeah.
But I do think I would like them. Okay.
And I think, I think they're pretty popular, but I just wish they were like top of all the lists
Yeah.
because I think people need to read them.
Yeah. Also, she has a great name.
Angeline Boulley.
Angeline Boulley.
I am
Great
just
name.
still to this day shocked that Firekeeper's Daughter was her debut because it was so good.
Okay, so I almost got that book when I was a subscriber to Book of the Month because I loved the cover. And then I read it. I was intimidated by it. And so I got something else. And then whenever I found they were your favorite books, I was like, I remember that book. And so, anyways.
And I do think her novel, Firekeeper's Daughter, was kind of what started me on like my interest in a lot more of those like Indigenous Native Voices books. And now I seek out that type of book. I love it.
Yeah. I think I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay.
I might have to get past spooky season. But
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, let me get past spooky season.
Maybe you
and then
could
bring it back.
sandwich it with some like lighter, cozier, romantic, like read something light and then read this and then immediately follow it with something lighter
Yeah,
too.
that's true. That's true.
I wonder if we could come up with like a whole prescribed.
We need to, because like, so that's one reason like heavy gets hard for me sometimes is because I wear it for a long time.
Yeah.
Like if a book like drains me or like emotionally just like kicks me in the face, like I'm gonna be sad for like a month.
Yeah.
So
And
sometimes that's why I'm scared of it, not because like I'm scared of the content. I'm more scared of like my emotional health after I read it.
So maybe we should come up with some idea of how you can like move on from it without having to hold on to all of it.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? What have
Okay.
you recently finished?
All right, so this is kind of an interesting one for me because I really didn't know anything about this book. I hadn't heard of this book. Okay, well, that's a lie. I had heard of it and seen it, but it's from, hold on, when was it released? Oh, just last year. Okay, so I remember like the cover and stuff, but I have never read anything from this author, and so it wasn't like one that I was like, oh, I have to get it. You're going to know who the author is. But, okay, let me tell you why. So when my best friend texted me and she was like, you, like literally in all caps, like go read this story right now and then let's go open a bookstore together. It's literally what it said. And I was like, okay, well, I'm intrigued. And it's kind of in the middle of spooky season, but like I'll give it a go, I guess. So I immediately downloaded it and listened to it. Okay. A novel love story by Ashley Poston. Is it Poston? I think it's
so.
Poston. Have you read it?
No, I have not read any of hers.
Okay, I haven't either.
I own several of hers, but I've never read in them.
Okay, so I've wanted to read Dead Romantics.
And I really want to read 7 Year Slip.
Okay. Little Ashley Poston sandwich.
Shout out.
But when I saw it was the author who wrote Dead Romantics, I was like, oh, okay, that's really fun. Okay, well, have you heard anything about this book?
No, not really. I've seen the cover. Like I can picture the cover.
Yes. I'm going to read you the blurb. It's such an interesting book. Okay. A professor of literature, we know I love those, finds herself caught up in a work of fiction. Literally. Okay. Did you catch that? Gotcha. Okay. Eileen Merriweather loves to get lost in a good happily ever after. The fictional kind, anyway. Because at least imaginary men don't leave you at the altar. She feels safe in a book. I love that you gasped. At home, which might be why she's so set on going to her annual book club retreat this year. She needs good friends, cheap wine, and grand romantic gestures, no matter what. But when her car unexpectedly breaks down on the way, she finds herself stranded in a quaint town that feels like it's right out of a novel. Because it is. Pause for dramatic effect. This place can't be real, and yet she's here in Aloriton, the town of her favorite romance series, where the candy store's honey taffy is always sweet, the local bar's burgers are always a little burnt, and rain always comes in the afternoon. It feels like home. It's perfect and perfectly frozen, trapped in the late author's last unfinished story. Elsie is sure that's why she must be here, to help bring the town to its storybook ending. Except there's a character in Aloriton that she can't place. a grumpy bookstore owner with mint green eyes and irritatingly sexy mouth and impeccable taste in novels. I know.
Irritatingly sexy mouth.
You don't think that when you look at people? Oh, man. He's got such an irritatingly sexy mouth. And he does not want her finishing this book, which is a problem because Elsie is beginning to think the town's happily ever after might just be intertwined with her own. Okay. It is so interesting. I have never read a book like this that she... Well, I mean, I guess I've seen like the trope before or whatever, but...
Where you're like stuck in a book.
Yes, but I don't know. Like if you were to read it, I think you would understand why I said like I've never read a book like this because it doesn't feel like that necessarily, like what you might be thinking. So she does. She ends up in this little town that is the setting for her favorite series. And this is, again, like first, second chapter. So this is not necessarily a spoiler. It's kind of like the premise of the thing is the reason this series is unfinished is because the author passed, like she died. And so everyone was like anticipating the 5th book to be released. And then the author dies and they don't know. So like all these characters are stuck in limbo because there wasn't ever like a...
That's a really interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so she winds up in this town. Obviously, there's this irritatingly sexy mouth that she just can't quit staring at. That she can't remember him from the books.
Oh, that's intriguing.
So she has different theories on who he is and like all these things. But then obviously she's like kind of thrown into this like situation with him. But he wants her gone because he doesn't want her to like affect anything. Because the characters don't know.
He's like meta, though. He is.
Yes. So, like, the characters don't know that they're in a fictional town. But he does.
Okay.
And he doesn't want her messing with it.
Very interesting.
So, that's really all I can tell you.
I have so many questions.
I know.
About, like, she's just driving and ends up in a novel. Like, I'm curious about the, like, magic
logistics.
Of it. Yes.
Okay, so...
But I understand. I need to read it to know that.
I will say, though, I've been trying to think, like... How do you explain novels like that, almost like by a genre? Like, I don't want to say it's like magical realism, but that's kind of like where it doesn't really like feel weird. It's not like this magical thing that happens. Like her car just like breaks down, and the town she pulls over into just happens to be this town.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
and
like,
you just have to accept it.
You just kind of have
like
to
suspension
accept it.
Of disbelief.
Yeah, like you just have to accept it. And all of that's just kind of like, you just gotta.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it feels like, I don't want to say magic realism, but it's kind of like, you just have to be like, oh, okay, well, this thing just happened in the world and we just got to keep going with it.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying by that?
Yes. And that like I love a time travel book, but sometimes I get a little caught up in like the science of the time travel.
Yes. Like I feel like that's why I thought I wouldn't like the book. Like when I first started realizing, which granted, I went into this book not having any clue what it was other than a text from a best friend that said,
you got to read it.
Go read this book right now. That's all I knew. And I was like, well, God, trust that. So I just hit play. And then I was like, wait, how did she get there? Like I started going down that path. And at one point I was like, just
you had to let it go.
I just had to let it go. And let me see how this like wraps up. And I think the ending makes sense why it's there.
Then there we go.
But it's not like this like magical thing that's happening.
Okay. Oh, I 100% reckon I'll read this.
I think that you would be intrigued. I'm going to be honest. Like I thought that I gave it a 4 on Goodreads because it was so unique.
Yeah.
There are a couple things that I was like, like I wasn't like blown away. The writing was good, but I wasn't like blown away by it. There was like a couple plot points that I felt like a little unfinished and things like that. And like one plot point I didn't really like, but I still gave it a 4 because I have never read a book like this.
Which I feel like is kind of a hallmark of her novels. Like Dead Romantics plays with like mortality or like if they're alive or not.
Yes. Yeah.
And then 7 Year Slip is like time travel.
Which is why I haven't read that one.
You don't love a time travel novel.
I don't love a time travel novel.
And then this one is like fiction versus reality.
Yeah.
So like that's interesting.
Yeah. So she kind of has a thing. But like I enjoyed it because it was so different. But like, of course, like after I finished it, I'm like talking to my friend and we're like, well, we don't like this and that, like going off about the things. But like you will like it.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to like it more because it's so different and unique.
I think I will enjoy the bookishness of it.
Yeah. I think you'll have fun with it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I reckon I'll read it.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. What are you currently reading?
So I am currently reading a book that you recommended to me.
I see it, and I'm so giddy.
You can see it in my lap.
It's one of my favorite books I've read this year.
Okay. So I'm currently reading If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia.
And brand new cover.
Brand new cover. Very interesting that she self-published this novel, and it just had enough traction and enough like cult favorite status that it got picked up by a traditional publisher, and so it was re-released.
Is it Penguin?
Penguin Random House.
Yeah.
This fall, like it just re-released with an updated cover, which is just perfect for fall.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So if you look at the cover, it looks like Gilmore Girls, which that was how it was pitched to me. I think you told me it was like Gilmore Girls, kind of cozy vibes, but just like great romance.
But I will say, like, if you're like, oh, another Gilmore, it doesn't feel like that to me.
It doesn't feel,
it just gives you like those vibes of like what you see in your mind when you think of the town in Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, like on the cover, there's a gazebo, and there's just like a lot of fall foliage and pumpkins.
Yeah.
But the novel itself is not only set in fall, like it goes an entire like season through.
Yeah.
Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like it moves through. So I'm honestly probably about 85-90% done with this book.
Are you liking it?
Hang on, let me get this set up.
I guess we need to read the blurb. Yeah. Sorry, I got so excited that I was like.
Okay, so this is a great little blurb here. Get comfy with this cozy, slow burn romance set in the autumnal glow of 1997 small town Vermont. My new next door neighbor, Cliff, seems to have everything figured out. Small town golden boy? Check. Single dad extraordinaire? Check. Hot baker forearms? I didn't notice them, I swear. I, on the other hand, don't at all have anything figured out. Trust me, I didn't think taking over my mom's dream bed and breakfast in Copper Run, Vermont was going to be easy. It should be a good place to heal after my divorce, but apparently my scones belong in the garbage with my small talk skills, as pointed out by none other than Cliff. Cliff is inescapable. He knows exactly what people need, always. His charm, the way he wears flannel, and even his pastries make not wanting to be friends with Cliff and his daughters pretty hard. Friends? I can make friends. That's safe. Except I'm leaving in 3 months to pass the inn off to my little sister and get the promotion in Seattle I've been working toward. So ask me why I'm thinking about kissing my hot neighbor.
Okay. All right. Tell me what you're thinking.
I was not going to read this book.
You weren't?
I was not going to.
Because we hyped it up.
No, because...
I don't know who we is, but I'm just saying like society.
Oh, no. I have heard from so many people about this book. So many people.
Okay.
And I think every time I looked at it, I saw the blurb. And I don't know, judge me if you want, but when I see like a first person blurb...
Yeah, the blurb is weird.
Don't love it.
Even when you read it right then, I was kind of like, cringy.
Yeah, don't love it. It feels self-published.
Yeah.
And when I don't know why I have this like in my mind that I don't like books set in the 90s, because that's a lie. I love books set in the 90s.
Yeah. We'll set that up really quick. So the book is set in the 90s. You gotta know that about the book. That's like a big piece of it.
And for some reason, that was another reason I wasn't interested. I was like, I was born in the 90s. Like
You're like the 1900s. Gross.
But it wasn't calling to me. And yet it is so fun.
Oh,
like
so good, guys.
I like the references to the 90s. I like the feel of it. And also almost a lot of the things that I was afraid of with this book are several of the things that make it my favorite, like that I'm loving about it. Like I knew that both of the main characters were previously divorced, and I was just like, I don't know that I want to read like a romance after divorce. I love it. I love that like both of these main characters are a little bit more mature and a little bit more like self-aware of like what went wrong in their previous relationships.
But also like carrying that with them a little bit. So they do have like a little bit of like the things that they're hard on themselves about. It's because previous partners told them those kind of things. And so like they believe a lot of like old lies about themselves.
Yes. And because of that, they're being very cautious moving into anything. And like, I don't always love a slow burn. This book, it's like every single thing I was afraid of is just 100% perfect.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good.
So, okay, the 90s for me, I was like, I'm in, set in the 90s. Like, I had a very different feel. But to be honest, like, I kind of expected it to be, like, over the top
Yeah.
and, like,
I think
not
that-
relatable to people who weren't, like, our age, who were born in the 90s.
Or
Like,
the character's
or-
age in the 90s.
I was born in before the 90s. But raised in the 90s. I just thought it would be, like, how popular is this going to be to, like, a newer audience, I guess. But it's so subtle, and it
Yes.
doesn't, I mean, there are, like, dates so you know that you're in the 90s, but when you're reading the book, you don't have to know you're in the 90s, if that
Right.
makes sense. I feel like all that really means for the book is it's, like, it's before cell phones, and
Yes.
so, like, there's not those type of distractions. Like, there's an answering machine in it.
Which is fun.
It's so fun. There's but, like, they don't always know, like, where people are because there's not, like, a cell phone type thing.
Can't track them.
You can't track them. Or there's, like a music playing in the back of a restaurant or something. I have no idea. But it's, like, it's just fun,
It is very fun.
like, music from the 90s.
And I think maybe that's what I was afraid of. Is I feel like often with novels set in the like not too distant past, it's because an author wants to call back to like their own experience, and a lot of those references feel dated or
and she does that so well, or it doesn't feel like that.
It does not feel dated. It feels like of its time rather than like an older author trying to be like, listen, kids, if that makes sense.
Yes, no, 100%. Because I literally thought, like, oh, this is the perfect book for, like, millennials. Like, I was like, we're all going to love it, but, like, who else is going to love it? But when I'm reading, I'm like, no, like, everyone will love this book.
And we've also heard from several of our friends that are not millennials, that are younger, that have really enjoyed this book. Yeah, I've had lots of people call out to me about, like, the banter. The banter is so good.
Oh, it's so good.
And
and the slow burn, too, like, that. It's interesting because they are a little bit more mature. It's not this, like, oh my gosh, are they gonna, like, admit that there's, like, something here? Like, it's not that kind of slow burn. It's just like they're not gonna rush into anything because they know what's at stake with those kind of things, and so it feels very mature. Like, it doesn't feel like angsty.
The characters are so well rounded, very well written. It doesn't feel like a thin story. It feels very lived in.
And, like, I loved both of them.
Yeah.
Like, I loved both characters so much.
Yeah. So
I could say so much more. We could talk about this book forever.
I am so glad that you recommended this to me and that I picked it up, because it is not at all what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
I'm so glad you like it. It also has, like, a little border collie dog in it.
Yeah.
Which looks like my old dog. I also love that the dog kind of has a personality in it.
Yeah. That the dog, she like thinks of what he would respond
like
to her.
She, like, talks to the dog and then she's like, don't talk to me like that. Like she just, like, imagines what he'll say back. And that's, like, a really cute, like, little
It is really cute.
thing. So you say now, what did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I just went on a bit of a tangent there.
It's okay. I'm so glad you love this book.
I do.
I need you to finish it so we can.
I'm probably gonna finish it today.
Same for the one I'm about to tell you about.
Also, fun fact, the reason that I got it so quickly is because I got a skip the line loan.
Yeah, I'm still jealous about
from
this.
Libby. Have you ever got one of those before?
No.
In the last week.
You know what, though? I'm thinking, like, I wonder if my husband gets them and uses them.
Well,
Because we use the same account.
Oh, interesting. I do think they only show up for like an hour and that's it. Like, if you're on Libby, when it's there, you get it. And I think I've just been on Libby so much. But in literally the last week,
Still jealous.
I got a skip the line loan for the audiobook for Sisters of the Wind. I got a skip the line loan for this audiobook, If It Makes You Happy. And then because I haven't finished this one, I was like 75% done when I got a notification of a skip the line hold for the next My Roommate is a Vampire novel. And I tried to get it, but I had to return If It Makes You Happy first. And I was not going to do that. I need to finish this novel. So, but 3 in a week. And I was like, maybe I can finish it tonight. And I like tried to listen. And then an hour
feels
later.
Like some spooky season, something magic happening over there.
Maybe. But like an hour later when I looked, it was gone. Wow. So maybe you just need to keep Libby open on your phone at all times.
At all times. I just check it like on the hour, every hour.
Okay, what are you currently reading, Beccah?
Okay, well, it's funny what I'm currently reading because it's been referenced today.
Ooh.
Yes. So this was actually a book that you shouted out in the Spooky Season Reads last podcast.
Oh, I can't wait.
And I just was like, I have to read that.
So it was not a horror novel.
It was not one of the horror novels. Definitely not. No, it was definitely one of the romances. It was My Roommate is a Vampire, which you just said.
I love this book so much.
Also the cover. Oh, it's so good. Even though I do not think that's what either of them look like. But it's okay. I just noticed that there's garlic on her. On her little paint can thing.
These books are so funny.
So funny. Okay. So Summer brought this up in the spooky season, like, shout out. And have you noticed there's not a lot of brand new spooky season books this year? Like, just a couple. Now, in the romance. I'm sure in your side of the world, like, there's a lot. But I only know, like, a handful. And so I've been trying to, like, pick
more like backlist.
Yeah. And so, like, you brought this one up, and people are going to be like, Beccah, this came out, this, and this, and that. Don't judge me. Okay. I've been looking. And you just kept talking about it. And then I knew that you had read the second one recently, and then the third one just came out. And so I was like, okay, crap, I've got to read it. So My Roommate is a Vampire. First of all, also, this is crazy. All the shout outs. Bloody Delightful, Ashley Poston.
She blurbed it.
It's the author of a novel love story I just talked about.
Obviously, we're reading in our wheelhouse here.
We are. Who says you can't teach an old vampire new tricks? Sorry, I just read the cover. Okay, let's read the blurb. There's a lot of, like, little author. What did you call this?
Blurbs.
Is that blurbs too?
Yeah.
Blurbs. Okay, there's a lot of blurbs on this. Okay. You want me to read a couple of them to you?
Sure.
An utterly adorable romance with the most dreamy hero ever to don a cravat.
I don't know that person.
India.
Oh, to don a cravat.
A cravat. No.
The author was Don Cravat.
Oh, that's funny. No, to don a cravat. That is from India Holton.
Oh, I've heard good things about.
A League of Gentlemen Witches.
Yeah, I haven't read those.
Okay. Sexy as hell.
Who said that?
Alicia Thompson, national best-selling author of Love in the Time of Serial Killers.
Oh, I've heard of that one too.
Yeah.
Haven't picked it up.
I've not read that one either.
I don't feel like it would be your vibe.
Doesn't sound like what I would pick up. Okay. True love is at stake in this charming debut romantic comedy.
At stake.
At stake. I didn't even notice it. You know I love that. Okay. All right. Cassie Greenberg loves being an artist, but it's a tough way to make a living. Oh, do I know? Do you guys love my asides when I'm reading blurbs? Summer, like, does not.
You just talk to yourself.
I do. This is how I read them to myself, too.
Obviously, I like them. I laugh at them.
Okay. On the brink of eviction, she's desperate when she finds a too-good-to-be-true apartment in a beautiful Chicago neighborhood. Cassie knows there has to be a catch. Only someone with a secret to hide would rent out a room for that price. Which, I mean, yeah, she probably should have ran, but good thing she didn't. Of course, her new roommate, Frederick J. Fitzwilliam, is far from normal. He sleeps all day, he's out at night on business, and talks like he just walked out of a Regency romance novel. He also leaves Cassie heart-melting notes around the apartment, cares about her art, and asks her about her day. And he doesn't look half bad shirtless. That was my eyes popping out of my...
Auga.
Yeah, that's a better sound. Auga. Okay. And on the rare occasion, they're both home and awake. But when Cassie finds bags of blood in the fridge that definitely weren't there earlier, Frederick has to come clean. Cassie's sexy new roommate is a vampire, and he has a proposition for her.
That's how it ends?
That's really how it ends.
That sounds so sinister.
I know.
That's a proposition.
Yeah, I don't actually like that word or that phrase. Okay, so it's super cute. You've read it, obviously. Yes. I'm probably, I'm like, what do you say, 80-ish% done?
Yeah.
About 80% done. It is so fun. Like, it is one of those, like, little perfect. You know what's funny? It's like it's a spooky read just because he's a vampire, but there's nothing about the book that's like...
It's not scary.
It's not scary, and it's not Halloween or anything.
And
it's
honestly,
just like he's a vampire.
Conflict-wise, too, it's not heavy.
No.
Like, it's
to be honest, it feels more like a cozy.
Yeah.
Like a little cozy novel.
Like, they're actually funny. They're actually just like whimsical. Like, I could see people kind of knocking it for being too silly.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah. It's like silly in like a good way. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I just have fun. Like, it also, since he's a vampire, he's been alive for hundreds of years, but there's a reason. I don't know how much fun of that I want to go into, but like, he doesn't know how to live in the modern world, basically. And so he feels very like Regency time period. So the language he uses at first, and her just kind of being like, who's this guy? Like, what's going on? Like, the notes he leaves her has like wax seal stamps. Like, it's just so funny.
Which, side note, I think that is a microtrope that I love. Is
a wax seal stamp?
No.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That got you going from her.
When people leave each other like sticky notes.
There's a couple great books. That could be a whole thing.
Like
Flatshare.
The Flatshare was what I was thinking of.
The Flatshare was so good. Like, there's a whole bunch. This is a whole thing.
We mentioned one.
That's all we can think of.
But I need to find more because I do love that microtrope.
Yeah, we're gonna deep dive on that.
Okay.
That'll be a post for the
for the Instagram.
But it's so cute, and you get to read their letters like in letter format, which is really cute.
Yes, I do love that about the series is that there's a little bit of mixed media.
Yeah, I was
like
about to
you
say.
get text messages, you get sticky notes, you get
letters from his mom. Like,
which okay, I got to tell you a couple things about book 2. They're not spoilers. The person that is the main character of that one gets a bullet journal, so you get his like bullet journal entries.
Frederick? Or no, you're talking about the guy. Okay.
The guy.
Which I know who book 2's guy is because he's in this book.
Yes.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Oh, I'm so excited already. I'm so excited. But yeah, it's so fun. Like, in kind of, I don't want to say that. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but you guys will like it. Just read it.
I want everyone to read them. And like I said, I could see people being like, ugh, it's too silly. But what is wrong with a light and silly and whimsical book?
Nothing.
Okay?
Some of y'all need it. Okay? That was so aggressive. But I will also tell you that, like, if you're wanting something like super quick or whatever, they're not, I mean, it's what? 300 something pages, but the audiobook's like 9 hours.
It goes down real easy.
Yeah.
And the audio performance is fun because you hear a lot of that characterization of like this older vampire Regency. Same with book 2. The audio acting is good.
It's so fun. I definitely think everyone should read it. Okay, so that's what I'm currently reading, and I'm going to finish it tonight.
I'm so glad. I reckon everybody should read it.
I do too. And like I said, like, I think it's a spooky read just because it's a vampire. So if you want to get like an easy one in that's just like a fun, lighthearted, and you want to count it as a spooky read.
And I was going to say, and it's not like witchy or anything.
It's not.
But book 3 is about a witch.
But there's literally nothing like even
magical.
Nothing.
Like,
like, it's just they're roommates.
It's just a rom-com.
Yeah, it's so cute.
So cute.
All right, Summer, what's up next?
Okay, so what I have up next is like the leftist of left turns and probably downer. Like, we've been talking about all of these like light, fun rom-coms, and I'm about to bring us down.
And this is why you need the lighthearted rom-coms sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, but I'm also super excited about this book. This is The Long and Faraway Gone by Berney. Fun fact, local Oklahoma author.
Yeah, you were just telling me about this
I was just telling you about this guy. So this novel, I'll read you the setup. Berney's The Long and Faraway Gone is a smart, fiercely compassionate crime story that explores the mysteries of memory and the impact of violence on survivors, and the links they will go to find the painful truth of the events that scarred their lives. You just took a big sigh, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're like, checked out.
I'm still looking at her like I'm here, but I'm not really
Your
here.
eyes are very wide right now. Okay, well, buckle up.
I actually was thinking in my head, if you did see me like go weird, I was really thinking like, oh my gosh, this is the most summer blurb I've ever heard.
The summer like switch up.
Yes.
Okay, hold on, because this is gonna be a bit of a rough ride for you.
Oh gosh.
Okay. In the summer of 1986, 2 tragedies rocked Oklahoma City. 6 movie theater employees were killed in an armed robbery, while 1 inexplicably survived. Then a teenage girl vanished from the annual state fair. Neither crime was ever solved. 25 years later, the reverberations of those unsolved cases quietly echo through the survivors' lives. A private investigator in Vegas, Wyatt's latest inquiry takes him back to the place he tried to escape and drags him deeper into the harrowing mystery of the movie theater robbery that left 6 of his friends dead. Like Wyatt, Juliana struggles with the past, with the day her beautiful older sister Genevieve disappeared. When Juliana discovers that one of the original suspects has resurfaced, she'll stop at nothing to find answers. As fate brings these damaged souls together, their obsessive quest sparks sexual currents neither can resist. Ooh, wasn't expecting that. This is my first time reading through this. Didn't expect that turn. But will their shared passion and obsession heal them or push them closer to the edge?
Wait, are they drawn together because of this?
It sounds like it. Like maybe
Like
the two
they both
mysteries intersect.
like we heard about it and then we're just like trauma bonding.
I'm anticipating that the mysteries intersect.
Okay.
And that's how they like meet. I don't know.
Okay.
And then there's passion. I don't know. Even if they find the truth, will it help them understand what happened that long and far away gone summer? Will it set them free or ultimately destroy them?
Wow.
Sounds tough.
I reckon I'll read it.
Okay, I've heard from multiple people that this book is excellent.
Oh, I think it will probably be excellent. I just don't know if I can handle it.
Yeah. And
well, I don't know. Read it first. Let me know.
I will let you know. I will report back because I really want to dig into Lou Berney's.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said discography. Nope, that's the wrong word. His backlist, but these are like pretty he just also released a new book called...
How many books does he have? Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head, but he just released a novel called Crooks, which is about like a crime family. That just came out recently. And actually, if you are interested in Lou Berney's work, he will be at an author event at Best of Books in Edmond on October 30th to kind of interview...
Oh, crap. I feel like I got to read it now so we can go.
I know, to interview and moderate a discussion with another local Oklahoma author, Vanessa Lillie. Or actually, I don't know if she lives in Oklahoma.
Oh, he's written a lot of books.
Yeah. Her books are set. I read her first novel called Blood Sisters, which is like this woman is a Bureau of Indian Affairs agent, a BIA agent who comes to Oklahoma to solve like a mystery, and it's intertwined with like her own past growing up in Oklahoma.
Is that author from Oklahoma as well?
I don't know if she currently lives in Oklahoma or not.
Okay.
She's Cherokee.
Okay.
And so book 2 in that series of the BIA investigator is about to release, called The Bone Thief. And so she will be at Best of Books on October 30th, and Lou Berney will be there interviewing, moderating, discussing with her.
Oh, that's cool.
So I am very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, hopefully I can go to that one with you. Yeah, he's written, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books.
That's a lot.
And then Crooks will be 7.
Okay. And yeah, I know they just, I didn't know it at the time, but when Crooks released Commonplace Books here in Oklahoma City, did like an author event with him.
Oh,
I know. I'm sad I missed it.
One. Yeah, I missed that one. Crooks has a 4.3 on
Yeah,
Goodreads. What did you say? This was the long and far away gone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've heard
it's almost a 4, like 3.97. I feel like we can round that up to a 4.
I've heard good things about Crooks too, because it was more recently released. But I've heard that they're just really good. So I'm excited to dive into his.
Oh, this cover has a Ferris wheel on it.
Yeah, because it's the fair.
I'm gonna be terrified to go to the fair ever again if I read it.
I mean, there is crime that happens at the state fair every year.
And I like to act like it doesn't happen and just walk around joyfully shoving a funnel cake in my mouth and not imagine that I'm about to be murdered.
You never know, Beccah.
Stop.
Maybe that's why I like to read novels like this, so I can be prepared.
What are you gonna do? You're at the fair. Someone comes and grabs you.
I'm gonna give him my funnel cake
right in the face.
I don't know, but I'm excited to read this one.
No, I am too. I want to hear what you think about him because I'm always interested in a local author, anyways.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to go listen to him talk, even if like I don't know if I can handle the books. Like I think maybe it would be cool to like listen to him explain like you know like what his things are.
And the
like,
fun thing about this book, I don't know if Crooks is, but this book, Long and Far Away Gone, is set in Oklahoma City. And Vanessa Lillie's book, Bone Thief, is set in like the Tulsa area.
We have talked about a lot of books on this podcast that are set in Oklahoma, and by a lot, like 3, but still.
It's been almost every episode that we've called out local authors or books set in Oklahoma.
I'm so proud of us. Give me 5. All right, you want to know what I'm reading next?
I do. What's up next for you?
The Shadow of the Wind, a novel. You've heard of it, right?
I have heard of this.
Okay. By Carlos Ruiz Zafon. Okay, I'm so proud of myself with that one. Stephen King.
Stephen King blurbed it?
Yeah. One gorgeous read.
Ooh.
Also a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, I've heard of this one.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily a recently published book.
No, I think it's a couple years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look. All right. It was published in, what? 2005?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2004?
I think it's pretty backlist.
Are we serious?
I think so.
No, hold on. I think it might even be older than that. This is the 54th printing.
Oh, so maybe that's just this edition was
Yes, hold on.
originally published in 2001.
Oh, but it's set in 1945, so let's just throw another date out here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to be honest about this book. I have no clue what this book is about. You're not shocked by that.
No.
I have never read the blurb of this book. Ever.
First time for you right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I picked this book up because I was in a conversation with a couple people at a bookstore. Didn't know these people. Strangers. Which I love a good book meet cute at a bookstore.
You do.
And this guy, he was an older man, and he was saying that this book moved him.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been listening to him basically just rhapsodize about literature, and we talked Mrs. Dalloway because it was one of his favorite books, and we just I literally could have just sat in a chair and listened to this man talk all day. It was that kind of person.
Ooh.
And he was going on and on about how this book was one of the best books he thought was ever written, and it was one of his favorite books of all time.
I have heard similar praise.
And I was like, well, I have to buy that because I just sat here and listened to this man I don't know for about 45 minutes just talk to me about books.
You have the most interesting interactions in bookstores.
I do. I'm going to say it's a gift. Sometimes it's a curse. But I was like, I'm buying it right now. If this guy, I also thought the cover was really cool.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even know how to explain it, but okay. So this is my first time because I picked it up that day and I've not picked it up since. And I thought, it's given me, I wanted something not fully fallish or spooky season, but the cover was still giving me vibes.
So the only reason, let me rephrase. You think it is fall vibes because of the cover.
Yeah, but I don't think the book's fall vibes probably.
Well, let's find out.
The book just makes me feel warm when I read it. I should just curl up. The cover just makes me feel like I should just hug it with a cup of coffee.
Well, I want to do that with every book all the time.
Yeah, I know. But don't you agree? It kind of looks it just looks warm.
It does. No, it does. I have not heard this book set up in a very long time. So I'm excited to hear you talk about it again.
Okay. And like I said, if any of you guys were like, it's not a fall book, I didn't say it was. Okay. Don't come at me like that. Okay. Barcelona, 1945. A city slowly heals from its war wounds. And Daniel, an antiquarian book dealer's son who mourns the loss of his mother. Oh man, I'm oh, I love the uplifting books.
Back down.
I know. Finds solace in a mysterious book entitled The Shadow of the Wind. Oh my gosh. Is it going to be a book inside of a book?
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I just slapped that book a lot. I love a book inside of a book. Okay.
You know what I love?
You know what I love? A book inside of a book. By one Julian Carax. But when he sets out to find the author's other works, he makes a shocking discovery. Someone has been systematically destroying every copy of every book Carax has written. In fact, Daniel may have the last of Carax's books in existence. Soon, Daniel's seemingly innocent quest opens a door into one of Barcelona's darkest secrets. An epic story of murder, madness. I love a good theme of madness. And doomed love. That's the blurb.
Cannot state enough how intriguing it is to me that you just never read book blurbs. And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to read this book next. And then you read it for the first time on the podcast.
And now I have to do it because I said it publicly.
You have to read the blurb.
But you know what's funny is okay, I am 100% going to be team, sometimes I just want to read this happy-go-lucky book. And I don't want to read dark books because they make me sad. But then I read dark books and I'm like, oh, it's one of the best books I've ever read.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be
Angeline Boulley books. I'm telling you.
That's why I say I'm not scared of it. I think I'm just intimidated to start it.
Yeah.
Now if it's gruesome and things like that, I definitely don't want it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm being dramatic with my like, oh.
Well, I will say, I cannot wait to hear what you think about this book, because I am very interested in the time period of like World War II, Spain's almost / kind of involvement with
Okay, see,
like the
I know
Germans.
nothing about what you're talking about. So maybe I need to do a little history lesson before I read it.
Yeah, or,
Okay.
or you'll learn as you read the book.
Maybe.
I have read and / watched several like TV shows like in that time period, and it is fascinating.
Huh. Okay, so I probably do want to do a little bit of at least like
Wikipedia read over.
Yeah, like cultural context of 1945 Barcelona.
Yeah.
I do like this little blurb though. This is from Entertainment Weekly. Okay. Wondrous, masterful, The Shadow of the Wind is ultimately a love letter to literature intended for readers as passionate about storytelling as its young hero. I think, okay, I'm trying to remember this conversation with this man. And you know one of my favorite books.
Lord of the Rings.
You do know that. But no. What's funny about the book I'm about to say is when I say it, you're going to be like, oh, yes, I do know it's one of your favorites, but I don't list it very often. The Starless Sea.
Oh, yeah,
by
yeah.
Erin Morgenstern.
Yes.
I, for some reason, get that vibe reading this blurb.
Okay.
And I think maybe when he was describing it, that's the vibe I got. And so I was just like,
Give it
immediate.
to me. Yeah.
Because I can't remember what he said about it that made me want to get it. But reading that and knowing how my brain works, I think because it was giving me Starless Sea vibes. Even though Starless Sea has nothing to do with war wounds.
In 1945
In
Barcelona.
1945 Barcelona. But it does have to do with books inside books and like love letters to literature and stuff like that. So I'm very excited.
I reckon I would read this. I've heard great things.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest, Summer. It has to do with like Barcelona and Spain and all the things. You're probably 100% going to read this book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It very much sounds like in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. You just got to like find the time to get it in there.
Yeah.
Definitely not a fall book.
But maybe. I mean,
It just looks
does
like a dreary
look very
little
like
day.
gloomy,
Yes.
foggy.
And I love gloomy and foggy. Like my soul.
And something about like the 1940s. It just seems like dark. I mean, there's the whole street lamp on this cover.
know, and I love it. I'm going to be honest. When I thought, kind of a fall book, I just looked at the colors. Said I'm taking it. Also another penguin.
Shout out to the publisher.
You want to...
Are you harkening back to Wild Dark Shore, some life-size penguins?
No, but that's funny. No, I was going to ask if they wanted to sponsor the podcast.
Hey, Penguin, if you want to sponsor us.
Penguin, please sponsor us. That would be a big deal for us.
We won't talk about giant penguins anymore.
Yeah, I'll be nicer to penguins in the future if you sponsor us. Just kidding. Okay. All right.
Wow.
That's it. So
That was our reading roundup.
that was the reading roundup.
Every time.
Every time.
Better every time.
Okay. So now let's do our little
Spotlight segment.
Okay, so Summer and I have a little bit of a different spotlight segment this week. We're going to challenge each other. So let me give a little setup. We have been talking about these two series a little bit lately. One's my favorite, and one, I don't know if it's her favorite, but one she really loves. She has a lot of
Nostalgia.
nostalgia with it,
Mm-hmm.
and neither of us have read the other ones. She is much more, in Summer's fashion, willing to read mine, and I am much more negative Nancy on to read hers. And so we thought a good challenge was in store.
Honestly, Beccah thought this was your idea.
It was. So see, I am open to,
I know, it shocks
to collaborating.
me. It shocks me that you were down for this, that it was your idea, because
It was. Because I literally was just talking to someone, not you, about this series, and they were like, yeah, you can skip it. And I was like, thank you. Like, everyone, no one tells me that, and I really appreciate that you said that I don't need to read this book. And
Okay.
then like a week later, I'm like, okay, I'm going to read it.
pause. Let's say what the books are so that people can be yelling at you right now.
That's why I haven't said what the book was. I was actually going to save it to the very end and be like, okay, bye. Just kidding. Okay, well, mine, I think you guys probably...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, not going to be shocked by mine. So what book series are you being challenged to read from me?
You are challenging me to read The Lord of the Rings.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
I wish I could do like the music to like The Hobbit right there.
I see. I wouldn't know the music to The Hobbit.
I do.
I wouldn't
but
even
we all
appreciate
know.
it.
I know, but the fans would have.
The fans. Yeah.
But
So I'm gonna read Lord of the Rings.
You already actually have it like...
I am next in line for the library hold for the audiobook.
Yeah, so she's ahead of me.
Ever since he talked about Samwise, I put it on my holds list. I was
she
gonna
loves
read it.
me, and look how sweet she is. And then she tells me, and I'm like,
No, I don't think so.
I reckon I won't.
Of your own volition, you said we were going to challenge each other, and you are going to read.
Guys, I'm embarrassed to say it. Twilight.
Yes, you have never read and never watched.
Okay, you've never watched the movies Lord of the Rings either.
Okay, so maybe this is a fair challenge.
Yes.
Neither one of us have read the series or watched the movies and the movie adaptations.
But I do feel like because of like my age and the time Twilight came out, it's probably a little bit more shocking.
But honestly,
that I haven't done either.
Saturated in the culture, yeah.
Yeah. But I've told Summer, and I guess I'll make my confession here. I remember it was probably like 2004. I don't know when the first Twilight came out. Like, I don't know if they came out in 2004 or like maybe one was out and then another one was coming out.
This year currently is the 20th anniversary of the first book.
Okay, so maybe 2005 then.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was pretty close. The only reason I knew why I said 2024, no, because I graduated high school in 2024. Man, I'm
2024?
Yes, I just graduated high school. I was born in 1987, but took me a while. Sorry, I graduated high school in 2004. Oh my gosh, let me get it out. So yeah, it makes sense. I was in college. Guys, I'm really confessing my age on this podcast. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm 38, okay?
It's not old.
Thank you.
It's not old.
Thank you. Okay. But 2005 came out. Everyone was reading it. I was like a freshman English major. And I was very much like, I only read classics.
You were that English major.
I was. But I felt like it's like what you had to be too. Like I wanted to be that English major that like felt very sophisticated and like whatever. And I still am that person. Like I just don't talk about classics very much on here yet.
Yes, you've brought multiple classics.
Okay, thanks. But I was just really like, here's the thing. I wasn't even the hype of it because, you know, that's a thing with me. If it gets hyped, it's like gross. It wasn't the hype because I was very much reading The Hunger Games. I was very much like all of that. But it was the vampire mythology. That's what got me. As I'm reading My Roommate is a Vampire now. That shows how much I've grown. I was so angry that like
that's Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah, that they like sparkled and crap. And I was just like, and I know nothing about it, guys. So when I say and crap, I have no idea. Because I mean, she could have got the rest of it right.
Just
I don't know.
Preconceived notions about the mythology.
Yes, I was very mad. 'Cause I remember like ranting to someone and saying,
vampires don't sparkle.
Well, no, not even that. Because I just said, she admitted in an interview that she didn't even read any, like she didn't even know vampire mythology. She just made it all up. And I was like, I'm so angry. Like someone like dedicated their lives to creating vampire mythology. And I was, you know, like all these things.
And my response to you when you told me that was, Beccah, every book is made up.
Yeah. And I've changed, guys. My currently reading is My Roommate is a Vampire. So obviously I'm more into the vampires now. But I will also say the character in My Roommate's a Vampire says that they do not sparkle. He makes a reference
they
to
reference Twilight.
Yeah, we don't do that. So maybe I was onto something. Okay.
And that's, yeah. I mean, I definitely don't think they're like great literature.
No, I know. They're just like nostalgic to you.
They're very nostalgic to me.
Yeah.
I did read them like, maybe not as they were releasing. I read them before the first movie came out because I distinctly remember going to the movie theater with my mom and we watched.
I want to know your mom's take.
We should ask her. We watched that movie and I was mad. I was like, that was not a good adaptation of the book. Like, I think that was my first adaptation disappointment that I ever had because I was like, the book is so much better. Very funny to me now.
That is funny.
And so I read them around that time and I did not reread them until I was in college. And I reread them and I was like, well, maybe they're not as great as I thought they were.
Oh yeah,
Or-
I 100% know I'm going to go in and I'm not going to be like, wow,
This work of literature.
this work of literature. I think my 2005 self was probably right on the quality of literature and the take on vampires. But I'm
We
up
will
for
see.
a little bit more fun now.
We will see. I do, when I reread them as an adult, I did think that like it maybe wasn't the best writing, but it was excellent like world building, and it like sucked you into the
We'll
vibe.
see.
It really sucked you into the vibe. I've been thinking about rereading them too, because I have a friend reading them for the first time. She's seen the movies but hasn't read the books, and so it's been fun watching her be like, oh, this was never in the books or never in the movies. I didn't know that this character blah blah blah.
See,
like
I don't even know that.
more of the like world building of it. So I've been thinking about rereading them too. We'll see if I get to Twilight, but because I've got to tackle Lord of the Rings.
4 of them, right?
Yes, there are 4 Twilight novels.
There are only obviously 3 of the Lord of the Rings, but they're going to be way harder to get through than the
They're
Twilight.
longer. Yeah,
Well,
much
I
longer.
also think probably just like writing style,
High
like
fantasy.
yeah, I think
More.
it
Twilight will
take
be
you-
more accessible.
Yeah, I feel like I can probably fly through them pretty quickly, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
And
Are they
maybe-
YA though? I mean, they are YA, right?
Yes, I guess. Yeah, I
Are
think
they
they
even
are.
are they even classified like that? Like,
I don't even know.
well, we know they're not classified as vampire mythology. So
I do remember when they first came out, there was so much controversy around them
Oh,
because it's
so
like
much.
vampires, and now we have all of
And they
these.
sparkle.
Yeah, we have
Like,
all these
yeah.
silly vampire books, and it's just.
And
like
I'm so
a
pumped
thing.
about it. So I'm like, maybe it's time. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't really, have that candle still burning that like, the vampires when I'm literally over here reading.
My roommate is a vampire.
It's a vampire. I need to be more consistent.
So I will read Lord of the Rings.
Which, I mean, don't even need to like set it up. I mean,
I know. I know surprisingly little about it. Again, too, with how much it's been in culture.
Yeah, I made a reference the other day and I was like, okay.
Sorry, didn't get it. We will see. Like I said, I have it first on my hold. So are we going to make each other read the entire series or just the first book and then report back?
What if we reported back each book?
Oh, this
Like
is going
that
to
we
be
read.
like a
Oh, you're
season
reading the
long.
whole series.
I'm sure I will.
Oh,
but-
no. The challenge is for the whole series.
Okay.
Because if you only
then.
challenge me to read the first book, I'm only going to read the first book, the Twilight.
How long are our listeners going to have to wait for us to report back?
Well, I mean, I think we should give ourselves a little bit. We'll just be like, hey, guys, remember like 2 months ago, whenever we made
okay.
this challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget us, guys.
We will check back
We will check back.
with thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, we'll just like throw a random, like, every once in a while, like, hey, finish the first Twilight book, which will probably be, I don't know, I say much quicker, but you'll actually probably start the first Lord of the Rings before I start Twilight.
We will see.
I don't know.
I am excited that they are, because it's the 20th anniversary, supposedly they're going to be re-releasing the Twilight movies into the theaters.
Oh, we could go.
We could go. And Beccah, no lie, movie 5, which is like book 4, Breaking Dawn Part 2, is my top movie theater experience of my entire life because of something that happens in that movie. No spoilers, obviously. But like,
I'm a little embarrassed for her.
I have never had a movie theater
Just
experience like that. Like with like the reaction of the crowd around me is what I mean
I know
by.
what you mean. Yeah. I'm actually just picking. I'm not embarrassed for her.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. So honestly, if they're back in theaters, I want to go to like reenact that
I
experience.
would go. Maybe that would actually make me be less of a hater.
to see
Like
it in a movie
to
theater.
like go and be like, I'm having like an experience.
Mhm.
So we probably need to find the date so I can make sure I read it by then.
Honestly, listeners, check out your local bookstores because there is so much for the 20th anniversary of Twilight right now. Like there's so many trivia nights and like movie nights. My friend and I that is currently reading them, we went last month to like a movie showing in a bookstore in Bookish.
Oh, cute.
Which is like a new and used bookstore here in Oklahoma City. We went, they've been doing Twilight nights every month. And so it was Breaking Dawn Part 1 is the movie that we went and watched. And there were a
Cute.
couple other local vendors there. So cute.
That's cute.
So check out. There's probably a lot of like programming around.
Okay, listen. So we're going to watch the movies and read the books. Lord of the Rings, every once in a while. This happens often because they're so good. So the movie theaters bring them a lot. But
Okay,
we go watch them in movie theaters all the time.
let's get back on my soapbox. Are they considered so good and put in movie theaters because they're more like esteemed, whereas Twilight is something that women and teenagers like, and so they're like thought down on?
Okay, well, I don't like you threw that in my face because
Got a chip on my
I
shoulder.
also have looked down on them. And I am a woman and child.
I'm probably projecting. It's okay.
But you're... Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
Right now you're acting like a child.
Right? As I say, I'm childish in some of my hot takes. You know, but you probably aren't wrong there. I think that Lord of the Rings, because it is like such a classic, gets aired a lot. Like it's a lot of like whatever that like is called, like when they take them back to theaters. And I'm sure there's a name for that, but it happens quite often. Like we probably at least go a couple times a year to watch them in theaters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, it has been around for longer.
Yeah.
It is older.
And they're well loved by like
more than just
all
women.
genders. But you're probably not wrong. I feel like Twilight feels more like a cult classic. So when it does come back into theaters, it's for like something kind of special or whatever, like the 20th anniversary. So what do we...
We'll check back on the progress with our challenge.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to hear your opinions on Twilight. I don't know that I will like your opinions on Twilight. I can't wait to hear them.
I'm just going to try to have fun with them.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm just going to try to have fun. And so I can just be like, okay, Summer, I liked it.
I guess I am a little intimidated if I don't love Lord of the Rings because it is your heart book. Like,
but here's the thing.
But I'll disappoint you.
Even if you don't like it, I think you will appreciate it for what it is. I think what like hurts me is when people are like,
Tolkien's not a good writer.
Like he's not good. And I'm like, what? Like, he's an incredible, like you can't say he's not a good writer. Like the majority of the world agrees that he's one of like the best, you know, like that, those kind of comments. But I don't necessarily care when it's not for everybody. But I do think that you'll like it, but it's definitely because it's high fantasy. I mean,
it's just a little bit different than what I'm used to
very
reading.
Different. And there's not going to be like these, I mean, there's romance, but not in the same way that any of like our fantasy novels have romance. And it's like, none of that is the major point of anything happening. So I think like some modern readers who are like, oh, I love fantasy, and they go read it are kind of like, okay, like it's just
different.
It's just different. But I think you'll like it. Okay. I think that you'll at least appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm not worried about you being like,
oh, this is bad.
This is the worst book I've ever read.
I would not be disappointed if you disliked Twilight. It's not my heart book.
Yeah, I know. But I do, like, I really am trying to tell myself, like, just have fun with it. Like, just go in and, like, don't be critical. Like, honestly, kind of go in and, like, just shut your head off and just have fun.
Yeah.
And, like, just imagine that you were, like, 16 again and just see if you like it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. We'll see. Well, that's it for this episode of I Reckon I'll Read It. Thank you for listening and joining in on our bookish discussions.
If you enjoyed our podcast, please take a moment to rate and review us on whichever platform you're using to listen. That will help us to grow and find more people to talk books with.
Don't forget to connect with us on social media. You can find us at I Reckon I'll Read It on Instagram.
And for today, we're going to cut and run. Join us next episode on I Reckon I'll Read It.
Snip, snip, snip. Bye.
Yeehaw.
Local nonprofit called Crime and Punishment.
No.
What's it called?
Crime and Compassion.
Crime and Compassion. Okay. Oh my God, just get comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was doing that on purpose.
Full on choking.
I was doing it on purpose. I was seeing how long it would take me to say something. Okay. Autumnal. What a great word.
Right. Okay.
And every time I see it, I'm like, autumnal. And then I'm like, autumnal. I feel like I said it wrong that time. Okay, I gotta stop.
One more time.
Autumnal.
You got it.
Oh, good. A lot of pressure right there.
Okay, I'm going to keep going.
It is chunky, though. Like, fill this thing. Like, I'm a little...
Oh, yeah, it's almost like 500 pages.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm going to be honest, like, it doesn't really look like it. And then you kind of hold it, and I was like, oh, hold on. This is it's got some girth to it. Anyways,